So if this was a popular YouTube channel, this is how I would run it. Basically, I would probably have no longer than a 5 second intro. It'd be a pretty quick intro, honestly. It doesn't need to be long winded. And then here's where I would have the advertisements. So like right now, I helped produce a couple albums from different artists. Alexis Moore, her album "In God We Trust" just came out yesterday. So yeah, it'd be cool if you guys checked her out. It's all over everywhere. It's on here, it's on Spotify, and then yeah, that's where this is where you do the advertisements. So Trump, um, and you make the advertisements quick. You want to get in and out, and then you can have a couple advertisements in the background or something. You're hanging up their symbol. Okay, like that's something that I would do too. And then, you could have like kind of like when I'm watching Tim Pool's show. You know how the camera people actually watch it. I don't watch his show. I don't watch podcasts. I just listen. I'm doing something else. I don't really watch, but people like to watch. So what you can do is you can get like a screen in the background, and then just have it like Times Square, where like you have different advertisements that pay your show. Like you're seeing their advertisements like go through the cycle, and obviously, yeah, that's how I would do it. So like you would, instead of the Trump flag, you would see it would be a little bit better of a setup, but yeah, you would see a screen in the back, and it would just be cycling through the advertisements. So you know, instead of just sitting here, like the whole thing with like TV is so stupid. Like 2 minute commercials every like 8 minutes is just like, what? Like 2 minutes straight of commercials? No, just let me pause my thing, and then I'll go do whatever I got to do, and then I can come back to it. Like this, we're not in that type of reality anymore. And like news shows, and like I got to get through this segment. Like no, it's like we're having a discussion. That's what's so good about like podcasts, is it's a discussion, not like we're rushing through everything. And no, man, it's like we're discussing what's happening. Um, so that's what I would do. So like the whole Trump, um, trolling hard yesterday, when he actually was working at a McDonald's. What the funny thing would have been if Kamala would have came up in there. Like that's what I would have done if I was elect. I would have found out when, because that would have been an epic picture. Could you imagine that? Like Kamala driving or Waltz or any like prominent Democrat just like going to the drive-through, and then like Trump serving. That would be so crazy. What like how would that like um that would be like the ultimate meme, ultimate, because and it shows like Trump is serving our country, and these elites aren't serving our country. They're just taking, and they're demanding. Uh, so it would be pretty funny. But like I made a funny meme. I'm gonna put it on here. I don't know if the thumbnail's gonna fit on here well, but like I think it's hilarious. Like it fits perfect. Trump, even the economy's so rough. Even Trump has to get a second job. It's like, dude, the memes just make themselves. It's hilarious. Uh, but yeah, that even if he only did like 15 minutes, still cool, man. Still cool. Like he came down and actually like served a couple people, and actual like they were real people too. As far as I know, I don't think that it could have been staged. Because like you would think that they would have had a couple uh, Kamala supporters come in there. That would have been kind of cool. But like you kind of you kind of want to handpick, I guess. It's your event, so you want to bring in people that you know are aligned with you, so it looks good. You know what I mean? It's your event. it it definitely wasn't random. Like uh, somebody, especially with people trying to like harm Trump. Like, there's no way like they just let random people come through that drive-through like that. That's just that would be too much of a security risk. But can you imagine that like Trump, is working fast food and then like he's saying hey, and then they just like end him right there? That would be crazy. Um, but like watching that, it's like how him interacting with like regular people, how could you not like him? Like I just don't understand. Like look at the hate. Like the left is supposed to talk about loving and caring, but like, dude, we're not fascists. Like, keep calling us like Nazis or whatever. No, man. Like, every country has borders, dude. We all care about our nations. Every country, man. I don't understand this whole hating America and wanting it dissolved so much into like a globalist utopia. Like, some aspects we can, work with that. We have to work with other countries for sure, but like just dissolving our country and just let anybody come like we're not there yet, man. It would be cool. I would be fine with it if like we didn't nobody had to work anymore, and it's just a utopia. Like, yeah, come here, man, as long as like you obey the law and don't do stupid crap or hurt anybody. Anybody can come. You know what I mean? It's like we have a civilized society here. That's what I want. Civilized society. Who the hell wants to worry about like getting attacked for no reason or for like resources? Because any of that, like, we need to have an abundance. We need an abundance. Like, we need the age in abundance to come here, and we need a soft landing for people. Like, my whole idea of being able to go to a different facility and they have a living quarters, and they take some of my money for me to live there, but it's like cheaper. It's standard. It's kind of like the military. You know what I mean? It's like you, I have my bunks. Like, I don't, and then you can like get a whole room to yourself if you want to spend more money. But like, let me have like a general area I can just lay my head, and then I can go to work, and I can work whenever I want. Like, if I have extra time, I'm like, I'll go back into work. Oh, I can't sleep at night. I can go into work and just whatever, like make some more money, instead of just like sitting around waiting for my shift to start, like I'm doing right now. Like, yeah, I can have my regular shifts for sure, but then there's times where I live real close to where I work and I can just go in anytime I want. You know, there's always something that needs to be done. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, clean up or, preparing something, like rearranging something. Like, there's always something that can be done at work. Uh, it's like, it needs to be more mobile, and now like the whole concept of like move, like if I wanted to go work for Tesla or something, I would have to move there, find a way to get back and forth to work. I'd have to like get an apartment, like do all this stupid crap, or it'd just be like, I don't want to have to worry about bills. I just want to like be able to, I the less responsibility the better, because what it feels like is like me just maintaining my life. I feel like I'm running a business. Like, if and it's not like a business I'm making money. It's like a business I'm losing money. Um so it would definitely, yeah, it's just like people, like the purpose that the people are gonna struggle for purpose, but like family, having that experience without having to like both parents having to work just to survive, like that's not a family, man. You know what I mean? That, no wonder why like most of the marriages ended divorce, because people are just, they have so much time taken from them. uh we should be able to have one income support a whole family. You know what I mean? Like that's that's what we should be going towards. And then you got people who are like these conservatives are just baffled, like why people aren't having kids. They're like, oh, why do people? I don't know. Maybe it's not the best environment to raise a family, and people are pretty smart when it comes to that. I guess like they see like I don't want my kid to have a worse life than I had. Like that's where we're headed. So now I'm not gonna have a kid, and plus it's a huge burden on me right now. Yeah, listen, having kids is wonderful. Having a kids is a great experience. Like when they're young and you're teaching them things, and like you see different like their experience and everything, like brand new. It's cool. It's probably even better for grandparents because they don't have like all the responsibility. They just have all the fun time. Like they don't have to take care of the kids full time if they raise their own kids correctly. Um, but and they do help you get a purpose, and they do help you change your mind frame for being less selfish and growing up. My kids helped me grow up big time. I had to. I had, I didn't want to. I wanted to be in my kids' lives, so um, I wanted them to have a strong father figure in their lives, which I didn't have, and I'm not the strongest. Like, I'm pretty content with myself and my masculinity. I don't feel like I have to prove myself to anybody. uh like, oh, this YouTube, oh, I do this. It's like, okay, cool, man. Like, work nonstop, you don't enjoy leisure, cool. Like, what do you do on your free time? You're sitting there reading constantly, like you're constantly working. Good for you, man. You're a go-getter. I'm not. Most people aren't like that. So like, we like our downtime, we like to chill out, we like to create. Like, for me, if I had a lot of downtime and I didn't have to worry about going to work, like, I can't imagine how much like amazing things I could create. Uh, Whether that's in the digital realm, with video games, with different worlds and scenarios and situations, or like music or art or any of that stuff like that. So I look at video games as art as anyway. But like, we're in a weird situation. Like, men are horrible for women, women are horrible for men, and I blame this where we're at on men. I look at, like, you know you hear constantly on the red pill side that men are supposed to be like the leaders. Well, look at where we're at for men leading the last 50, 70 years. Look at where we're at. A decaying society, you know immorality constantly. Like, this is not a good place to raise kids. It's really not kid friendly. uh it was more kid friendly when I was growing up, for sure. And it was pretty kid friendly, like my kids growing up as well. But like nowadays, man, like sending your kids to public schools and they're trying to teach them about sex and stuff like that, like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's disgusting. Like, don't be doing that. That's not your kid. Your job is to teach my kid math, science, English, things like that. Don't be teaching them personal things. Don't be trying to like brainwash my kid about pronouns or anything. Like, I would have major problems with these school systems if my kids, like, they came home not pure because of teachers. Like, if it was other kids, it's like, whatever, man, shit fucking happens. It sucks. But like, if teachers are like, keep your personal life to yourself. You're there to teach kids. You're not there to try to like I think society has accepted gay people pretty well. I think society has accepted LGBT community pretty well, considering where we were 20, 30 years ago. Uh, Even like, so in the 50s, like 60s, like, gay people would be getting like killed. They would, here in America, like they would get harassed. Well, it's just like this is probably the most accepting society, uh, and I have no problem with people what they do with their own personal life. You go do you. You don't want to be left, as long as it's like consenting adults. Nobody's being harmed. Uh, like I said, as long as it's consenting adults, who the hell am I to tell anybody what to do with their own personal lives? Like, you go live your life how you want. Like, you're the one has, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to make an OnlyFans and do all that crap, go for it. But like, yeah, there's definitely consequences for everything. But like, it's kind of like, I don't care about gay people. Go be gay, cool, man. I have no problem with it. It kind of sucks. I mean, like competing with like seeing like more and more women like liking women. So I'm like competing extra. So it kind of feels like the pool of dating women, single women here in America is like dried up a lot. Like seriously, like it doesn't seem like any women are single. So it's like you're letting illegal fighting age men come over here. And maybe I could let things slide if they were like a bunch of like uh mamacitas or like attractive women from different countries coming over here, and like they're single and they're like 24. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe, but like this place we have is so toxic. Like you don't even really it's you don't even really want to bring kids up here because it's so toxic, and like people care about material things too much. Like people aren't very spiritual, or they're just all about like you know gaining or showing off material possessions still, and like celebrity worship. The celebrity worship is still like out of control. Like these people, celebrities, they ain't shit. Like seriously, they're not the smartest people. They have status, so it's intimidating or whatever. I get intimidated as well, like, but uh, they they really ain't nothing. They're not the height. They're not the smartest people. A lot of these celebrities who are actors, like they're not really talented besides like lying. That's their whole like when you're pretending to be somebody else for our entertainment for sure. But like these people are like it, it- these these people can act so well, like they're the perfect people to feed propaganda to other people, um, because they can lie so easily. That's what they do on screen. They're lying. They're pretending to be somebody that they're not. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but like uh, what when you see them trying to interact social media wise and like trying to be creative, they're not creative, man. And you see a lot of them not even really on social media, like these big Hollywood actors or whatever. Like you don't even see them, probably because like they don't want to mess up their image. They want to keep that money rolling in, uh, and but like they really don't have much to offer besides like making movies or something like that, or you know it seems they're not really that creative. I mean, they're good at harnessing and pretending to be other people, but and obviously like they're charismatic, um usually good looking people, but like they really don't have much substance. They really don't. It's just like they don't have anything creative at all. In the classic one is the Britney Spears one. She's just dancing around in videos. I don't know if she's like trying to look like disturbed, if she's, and maybe that's the art she's trying to put out. Like I want, but she kind of just looks pathetic to society. So like when you're watching, you're like, she's out of shape. She's dancing around. she looks like trailer trash, honestly, dancing around. It's pretty, and it's like, I mean, if she was in good shape, it's like you should be out performing, but like she's not creating any music. She's, that's what she got famous for, making music. She's not creating no music. So that tells me that like her whole image was given to her. Her music, she didn't create. She just performed it. She might have sung the song. She was coached through singing the songs. So it was like her voice or whatever. Maybe they use a voice changer or something like that. But they use her. But I don't know what technology they had back then. But like, but yeah, it's completely fabricated. She might have had minimal input when it came to like creative and the creative process, but they pretty much told her like this is what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna be, we're gonna do this, and you're just gonna be awesome, just try to fulfill the role. And there's no creative process with her, man. No creative process, and you can see it now. So like these people like are like worshipped, and they can't. A lot of them have drug problems or alcohol problems. They can't stick to one relationship. They are very probably very promiscuous. There's probably a lot of dirt. I bet you a lot of these people have been through like some huge embarrassing things that if they got out, like if that stuff got out, then they would be completely destroyed. Their life would be. And that's why they don't want Trump in there, because I think that he might release the Epstein list, and I think that that's a huge thing what this is all about. They don't want, like, look at them all like rallying around each other. You see the warmongers, you see these celebrities who might have dirt on them when it comes to like the Epstein list. I don't know. I just throw stuff out there. I don't know. I'm an open-minded person, and I don't really like how YouTube tries to give me strikes. Like, I'm not trying to promote any like bad things. I'm just trying to speak the truth, man. And I don't really appreciate even questioning. Like, I question things, and I don't like how YouTube uh, like I have to sit here and dance around subjects and avoid subjects, like filter myself. That's why I don't really like YouTube. It's not like I'm making money off of it, dude. I'm providing content. It's actually good for you, especially like if heaven forbid something of mine blew up and like I actually was successful with any of this. Can't have that happening though. Gotta keep me working as a slave. I gotta work these slave jobs. But it is what it is. They can. People don't like new stuff. They don't like new people. They like. They don't. Young people do, but people get stuck in their ways. They don't want to listen to any new music. They want to listen. They don't like. New shows, just new things, like new creative things. So like most people just want the same thing over and over, and then that's why you see these video game places not really making their video games a lot better, and putting out the best product that they possibly can. Or like movies, like they just regurgitate stuff. They don't even come up with new stories because they don't want to put in all this money. And it's like, why do you even have to put in all that money to create, like, dude, like, you don't have access to AI generators like that can generate scenes for you, so you don't have to sit here and like have a whole crew of people on set. Like that whole like, that's crazy that they don't have access to that still, that it costs like hundreds of millions of dollars to like create some of these movies. It's just crazy to me. But I guess they don't have that technology. Kind of weird. some things, a lot of things about this reality just doesn't make sense to me. Some things like stuff like that, like when I see the advancement of AI and you don't see like the video advancement, I know it's coming, but when you look at like the music or like it being basically your personal assistant, like Google search is like an AI, kind of. I mean, it is. It goes through like you're putting an input, and that's what it is. It's like I don't know if AI, when it thinks it's for itself, can create things, anything new anyway, come up with new ideas. It might be able to. It might be able to take whatever ideas it has, or any of the information it has, and then make an idea out of that. But when it comes to like something different, something completely like something very creative, it'll probably be able to. It'll be able to. Right now, we still have to put the input. So like you wanna create some different things with AI. You have to put the the prompt, make it a good prompt. And what I think is gonna happen is I think that like, cause you're gonna like basically copy and paste and put it in a prompt, and it'll have like the basics of a movie or something like that. Um, Whatever prompt you want. So like you'll have to pick like, oh, this type of movie, this type of movie, this type of movie. So then you copy and paste like that. Like I was listening to AI guy and he said like to put in the details, you you're gonna need a lot of words. So you can have like something already like generically set up for a movie, and then you copy and paste that, put that into the prompt, and then you can add extras of what you want at the end, um, and it'll make exactly what you want. So like the step after that will be when we get the brain implants, and you just think it. So you don't have to sit here and like go through this process of like I gotta do this, I gotta like type this in. No, it just like you're thinking it and it just kind of happens. It goes into the AI, so like it goes into the prompt, um, and then it generates it, and it'll be instantly. It'll be instantly too. That's why you'll be able to make worlds like by thinking about it. It'll just like come. The worlds we're going to create in the digital realm, there's going to be so many different types of simulations. It's unreal, all the different types of simulations, and that's people will be able to like access all these different simulations. Like playing video games right now, it's like the video games that you've played will be all on the internet. So like hypothetically, somebody can go back into one of your games, and then like you're sitting here playing like you played that game, and then they get to go and play as like the enemy and fight you. Like that would be kind of crazy. And obviously like you're not playing, it's your AI version, so it's just like going through whatever you went through. um but somebody else can come in there and they can join your side, they can play as you, they can go. It's just like, dude, like uh I know this sounds crazy when I talk like this, but like, um, it's just because I'm using my imagination. Okay, uh, I don't like. I want to make things perfectly clear. Like I'm a regular person. There's nothing really special about me. I do think for myself. I think that my overall intelligence is pretty solid. It's on point. Um, when I put in like everything, all the different types of intelligence, like I think they're pretty solid. Definitely can work on some things, but like pretty solid. Um, I don't, but like when I think like about technology and I put like like things together, oh, this could happen if we have that. If we have this technology, possibly we can do this. That's why like okay, we have brain implants. Okay, like um, we're gonna have like some type of Neuralink connected to our nervous system, so we can go in the digital realm and feel it without having to wear all this stuff. Like it'll be just like normal. Like you just go in the digital realm and it's like you're playing you. You even see your legs and your arms and everything that you have if you want, or you could just be a different character. Um, or whatever character you want. And like you'll be able to feel everything because of the Neuralink is attached to your nervous system. And they might be, like I said before, is like we might be able to take a couple of Neuralinks and bypass like the damaged nerves in the nervous system until like maybe AI can fix those nerves, so people can actually use their body again. But it is possible that we can just like grow a body and then like, man, that'd be crazy. Like you'd have to detach the nervous system, and then install it into the other one. But maybe we can like maybe you can just like go into like a skin, just like instead of like trying to take the nervous system out, um, like there's this like fresh layer of skin, like a thin fresh layer of skin, right? And it helps healing, it helps like reverse aging. So like we all so like all these stretch marks, all these lines right here will be gone. And then you can have the nanobots going through your body repairing things that are not doing well, whether it's like joint problem, um or like tendonitis problem, um and then like you got muscle knots, you can have them go there and like massage them out or whatever. Like you know what I mean? It's like you can have, there won't be cancer, any type of, like you won't be using your own immune system. So like if the system goes down, you're pretty much gone. Like, you know. So uh I think that, and we'll have to get rid of our immune systems, um, because our immune systems will be fighting the nanobots, but the nanobots will end up just like eating. I think the nanobots will just end up like getting rid of the immune system anyway, like itself, just fighting it, like just going there destroying it. Um, which I'm not a doctor, but I'm just thinking like technology wise. Um, yeah, instead of like transplanting uh, your current body into another body, I think that you can just like um, do certain things to make your skin, uh, your doing different things to make your body great, younger. That's why I say like the nanobots um, is gonna go there cleaning everything up on the inside, and then like make it new. Maybe throw some different cells, like create some cells or whatever, where there's cells missing, and it'll just be like a perfectly flowing system. Better than like what we have. What we have is great. What we have is amazing, but like making it better, so you can live, yeah, so you don't age and you actually reverse. So everyone's just walking around like 22 years old looking, um, and yeah, um, but you'll be able to jump in and out of the digital realm, and I think that like when you'll be able to let AI just like control your body. So like you can just like take a break and the AI will just like control. So you can actually like you're off in a video game, but your body's being controlled. So like you know, you're sitting on a bus, like you're traveling somewhere, and it's just like you're just kind of off somewhere else. You're not really there. You're in a video game or you're on somewhere else internally, internally. Um, Not having to look at something, but just like you're just kind of like just chilling there. Um, and maybe you look like you're sleeping. I don't know. Somebody steps by you, they start talking to you. Then you can just be like, oh, oh. You can let the AI talk. You could jump in the conversation, in and out of the conversation. You just like let the AI just control you. You go to a family get together. You're just like, okay, I just want my AI to control. I don't really want to talk to these people, but I'll show up. So I just show up and I'm obviously somewhere else. Maybe I'm doing work. Maybe I'm creating something internally somewhere else. But I don't have to have conversations. Like everything's shut off with people. I know it sounds crazy to say and like messed up, but like going to work, dealing with your boss, going to work and dealing with that. Like, no, I'll just let my body, function without me even like without me even having to worry about being in control of it. It can walk by itself because AI has complete control. I know this sounds crazy. And this probably ain't going to be out for a long time, but that's the type of the possibilities that I see in the future with the technology where it's evolving to. The whole wearing suits and I think that like I don't know. It's hard to predict like what's actually gonna happen. I, so I don't like to make predicaments of like what's actually going to happen. I just like this could happen. This could, that's why I say like this could happen. I don't know. Anyway, that's it.